I definitely agree that like if you actually just want to win, pick yourself a top tier character and go. But for me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all some real.
Make some noise!
Also, another thing that I've been noticing that I saw not too long ago was Super Noon made a tweet about people playing low tier characters or complaining about their low tier characters and not wanting to play and not playing, I guess, these better characters in hopes of having better results in tournament. I 100% understand both sides of said argument. As somebody who's is definitely a low tier kind of playing enthusiast guy, but not because I like low tier, right? Not because I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to dig myself out of this already pre-made hole by picking a character. That's not why I personally pick those characters. But the only reason I say that is because I think it's lame that the entire goal of like playing a fighting game is to pick the best character to win. And it also makes it feel like why would it only not be like two characters in the game if that was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Why isn't it just like old school like Karate Champ, you know? Like you want variety of characters, but you only want the best characters? Like I don't understand the logic. If I pick a top tier because I want to win, I feel like I'm working at my job, not having fun with the fighting game. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Like I like if I ever like now like if I go back and play MVC2, right? Which I definitely plan on doing. I'm not going to play my old team, which was Ken, Spider-Man, and Jin. That's not a real fucking team. Like that's me having fun playing the game. But if I went back, which like I said I plan to do and learned and relearned, I should say, or I guess got into it with a whole new team, it would definitely be a top tier team. Cause I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be sitting there and I'm playing other shit that I'm going to spend a lot more time on. And I can go in with general knowledge and be like, all right, man, like if I really wanted to, I'll just like play mag, right? You know what I'm saying? I just play some stupid shit. I already had a cable, you know? But that's a very interesting take. I definitely agree that like if you actually just want to win, pick yourself a top tier character and go. But for me personally, I'm going to tell y'all some real shit. For me personally, if someone is only playing this game to win or playing any game to win, it's really hard it's hard to talk to those kinds of people about certain things in the game. Because for me anyway, not for everybody, but for me anyway, because my side of the game is going to be like, oh, I could definitely just pick a character if I wanted to win and then debate how good they are comparatively to another character. But in the same strength of those things, I feel like when you have that instance, I feel like it's really easy to forgo like your own bias and have this conversation seemingly with the consciousness that you're right. It's really easy to just pass over the fact that like not everybody has the same kind of outlook or the same kind of play style, or they're looking for the same thing, right? So trying to have a discussion with someone who plays fighting games for a reason separate than, you know, having fun and learning and still wanting to win, as opposed to like, look, I'm just trying to get in, cash out, and win, is a very interesting dynamic of a conversation. If that makes any sense, I gotta say, because I know I be going off sometimes, and I don't want to lose you guys. I don't want to be the best. Being the best is consistently heavy burden. I just want to be a threat. You know, UE Triply, I kind of agree with that. Obviously, wait, let me rephrase. Honestly, I train to be the best, right? But do I actually train to be the best? I don't think so. And that's because I play so many different games. I feel like if I focused on one game specifically, I would be a lot better competitively just in one instance. Thing is, I like a lot of fighting games, so it's really hard for me to sit down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna just stick to KOF. You know what, I'm gonna just stick to Guilty Gear. You know what, I'm gonna just stick to Street Fighter. You know what, I'm gonna just stick to Tekken. You know what, I'm gonna just stick to, you know, whatever game I'm playing at this point in time. It get hard to enjoy the game if you ain't winning with a top tier. Exactly, Morale. Yo, Morale's TK. You know what? I think that happens a lot, and a lot of people they don't wanna touch on it. They don't really talk about the fact that like their issues with the game come from the fact that they're not understanding or grasping how a character that they should be winning with, that they're not winning with in sometimes, right? And I feel like that kind of like skews your view of the game because it makes it so it's more of a burden than it is to have fun, right? And like I definitely am the long game video game, the fighting game player. Like I'm not gonna play a top tier because is gonna make me win. And some people will say that playing this top tier will help them understand the system of the game, right? Like, well, you can point out what other characters are lacking because this one character is above them all. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but how long is that, gonna be the case, because it definitely will get to the point where, what typically happens is like they get to a certain point in the game, and then they're like, you know what, this is kind of busted, we got to change it. And then comes the oh, this is whack, they changed it rhetoric, blah 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 blah, in the whole nine. So it's like, I'm not like interested in those conversations, and I feel like it's really easy to go down that route, regardless. So it's not just one specific instance, but and just to talk more about the debate of playing these characters, I think it's really all about preference. It really is. I feel like, and that's why I tell people to play. People always ask me why I tell people to play what they like, because it's more definitely of a thing of character, and I say character, I guess, of like your commitment to said character, right? Like, if you really want it to work and have fun, I honestly feel like you gonna put the work in. That's just me though. I'm on some anime shit, bro, some Ippo shit. Like, we gonna make it work over time. And I would much rather take the long route, because my understanding of any system of any game that I play is gonna be that much thorough if I go from my own, not from an instance of playing a character that's not, been figured out, or whatever the case may be. Because you can put your own time into this character. But I would actually like to go with the character that I really like, whether it be aesthetically or game style wise or play style wise, and learn it from that way. So there's experience, then there is the sweaty training to be the best quickly. Yeah. It's not saying you can't get experience, with, this top tier or anything like that. It's just that it definitely makes it easy. And I'm not, talking shit about top tiers or anything like that. But I feel like a lot of the conversation around these top tiers, or how top tiers work, is a lot more opinion based than anything. One. Two, I still think you should just play the characters that you like. We don't need top tier over here, is the way I like to think about it.